Hi, Reverend William here. It's come to my attention that a great deal of many people who are awake out there, and what I mean by awake is the people that actually know the difference between inalienable and unalienable, ought to know what administrative malfeasance is. Well, the people in the courtroom, clerks, bailiffs, the judge on the bench, are administrative employees, aka a part of the administration. So, administrative malfeasance can be committed. Well, in the 6th edition deluxe Black's Law Dictionary, 1891-1991 Centennial Edition, clearly states, and I quote for all you good people out there, it says in the definition of malfeasance, evil doing, ill conduct, the commission of some act which is positively unlawful. Imagine that. Have you ever been told by the judge, sit down, shut up, or not even given the chance to talk, or just like said, shut up and take it, or you have no right to speak? Imagine that, an evil doing. Violation of your First Federal Amendment. Doesn't federal trump state or anything else? Federal always trumps state, or any statute, code, penal code, or pattern or practice. Doesn't it? That's what I was taught. Supreme Court decisions even trumps lower courts. They're not omnipotent. Law of the land, right? I'll go on. The doing of an act which is wholly wrongful and unlawful. The doing of an act which person ought not to do at all, or with unjust performance of some act which the party had no right, or which he had contracted not to do. Comprehensive term, including any wrongful conduct that affects, interrupts, or interferes with the performance of official duties. State, EXREL, period, NAB versus Frater. Frater is spelled F-R-A-T-E-R. Washington State. Malfeasance is a wrongful act which the actor has no legal right to do, or any wrongful conduct which affects, interrupts, or interferes with the performance of official duty. Imagine that. Or an act for which there is no authority or warrant of law, or which a person ought not to do at all. Or the unjust performance of some act, which party performing it has no right or has contracted not to do. Dougherty versus Ellis. Dougherty is spelled D-A-U-G-H-E-R-T-Y versus Ellis, E-L-L-I-S. Imagine that, administrative malfeasance. That's what good the Black's Law 6th edition deluxe centennial version 1891 to 1991 is good for. Family law court. Y'all gotta get one. It's very important. Half.com is the place you ought to be. Go and get one. Got mine for about 15 bucks. It's not there always, but it's a good place to look. half.com, Half.com. It's really helpful. Let's see. What's Mapp versus Ohio say in Black's Law? I'm just a reverend, mind you, of the Universal Life Church. I'm just acting on my own. And I may be Scottish, I may be Sioux Indian, and a minister, but I am fighting for my son. I haven't seen him for over 5 years, but I'm still fighting to see him, and I love him. He's 10 years old, and he wants to be with his father. He knows that there's a law in the state of California that he can go in the judge's chambers and state who he wants to live with. But he's in the clutches of his mother. Nothing I can do about it. Because if I go into the area where he lives, I'll be shot to death. So, gotta fight from a distance, and I'm still fighting. So, here we go. Mapp versus Ohio. And it states, landmark Supreme Court case has decided in 1961 in which it was ruled that evidence illegally obtained by state officers is not admissible in a state trial if appropriate motions are filed to suppress. The rationale for this rule is that the Fourth Amendment U.S. Constitution protection against unreasonable searches and seizures is applicable to the state under and through the 14th Amendment. Mapp versus Ohio. Imagine that. And you can also access that Mapp versus Ohio on wikipedia.com for a little more in-depth investigation. Well, I've done my duty, and it's time for me to go for now. This is Reverend Williams signing off. Peace be with you.